Alright, we got the peanut butter, the jam, the mustard, the cream cheese. Put it on there. Put it all in there. All the condiments. Alright, now, let's put the ham on there. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get the cheese. Put that on. Wonderful ham and cheese, great combo. So I'm a fan of cheese and ketchup. Now let's put pickled banana, cause you know, why not? Make it nice, right? Okay, and top it off with that bun. Make sure we put it on there right. Boom. Okay, and then the toothpick. Ta-da! Now that is a sandwich. Oh, I'm so excited to eat that. Oh, actually, whoa. I'm getting hungry looking at this. Hey, Jimmy, we got any sandwich stuff? What do you mean, sort of? Jimmy. Oh, whatever. I'll make one with what we got, because I am starving now. Let's go. How's it going, everyone? Vineo's the name, and welcome to VineoGames, a show where we dive deep into games and discover how they could be more real than reality itself. And today we are going to be discussing Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, the newest entries into the series. And I really like them. I really did. And today we're going to be talking about the biggest lesson that Pokemon Scarlet and Violet teaches you. Now, I've been a fan of Pokemon since a long ass time, since I was a toddler, you know, and I love Pokemon, and a lot of these videos are probably gonna be Pokemon because there is a lot of life stuff in Pokemon. I know, you could say that's unbelievable, right? But it's the truth. And I've learned a lot from Pokemon, and today, we're going to be discussing what Pokemon Scarlet and Violet taught me, but I actually learned this lesson way before. It's a lesson that I take to heart in my life, and it's a very important one. So, without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? So the lesson stems, which is funny because you go to an academy in this game, right? The lesson stems from the game's plot, of course, right? And it has to do with the treasure hunt, which is what starts the player's journey, and Professor Sada and Turo, the professors of the game and antagonists of the game. So before we get to the lesson, let's talk about what is a treasure. What is something you treasure? Now, this is from my perspective, of course. A treasure is something that's precious to you. It's something that you love and adore so much, you know? And it could be anything, you know? A person, a belonging, a memento, you know? An animal, right? And what starts the player's journey is they're like, go search for your greatest treasure. And answering this question is hard for a lot of people, you know? Like, you need to really do some digging. Digging for gold, and I'm not talking about picking your nose. You gotta do some digging into your soul to really find the answer to this, right? But again, the answer, just like all the answers, lies within you, right? And once you strike that answer, strike that gold, it feels good, you know? Because you really know what you hold the most precious in your life, you know? And of course, your treasure could change, right? It changes throughout your life. You add things, you take things away, right? It's whatever you want it to be. And that's the beauty of it. And even if that thing is no longer in your life, you know, for some reason, it doesn't mean you gotta stop treasuring it, right? Like, just because you can't see it or hold it, you know, like, something you treasure could be something, it could be a feeling, right? Well, it is a feeling, right? But, you know, it could be something that's non-material, you know? Bringing this back to Pokemon, right? The whole idea of the treasure hunt is actually what happens in every game. It's a life journey, right? Every game puts the player on a journey. They call it a Pokemon journey, right? But you learn so many things, and you do so many things, and you discover so many things about yourself, right? So lots of things being involved, right, in the journey. Through Pokemon, you really discover the beauty of life.
Who's that Pokemon? It's
Jimmy! So now, the other thing that plays into the biggest lesson, the professors. Now, I'm not going to get into their origins or everything. You know that if you're watching this, most likely. So, Professor Sada in Pokemon Scarlet, Professor Turo in Pokemon Violet. One researches the past, one researches the future. And all they want is a paradise. A paradise. Right? So I guess they didn't think that life as they knew it in the present was paradise. I don't really know exactly, but what ends up happening is they try to bring back Pokemon from the past or Pokemon from the future, and they try to bring them into the present using a time machine, right? So the thing is, right, they're like, oh, I want to create a paradise for my family. I have a son, you know. It's for the better of humanity. But right, they had all these things. This is what they initially wanted to do, right? But then it became an obsession, and an unhealthy obsession at that. So they end up forgetting the reasons they did their research in the first place, and all they want is for it's for their own personal gain, really. You know, their view gets super skewed, you know, and they end up paying the price. all that gold that they dug up. Oh, you let it out of the bag. Yeah. Bye bye, down the chute. See you. No more gold for you. And how do they pay the price? Well, they neglected their son, and they paid it with their lives. That's right. Characters died in the Pokemon game, and they actually said that they died in the Pokemon game. And it's not the first time people have died, but they were very very keen on it. They just threw it at you. It's like, oh shit, they're dead. Okay. And they were replaced with their AI versions, which I'm sure you know about, because they somehow created a super intelligent AI using the Terra crystals. Yeah, they didn't know that they were destroying the very thing, the very paradise that they tried to make. And it's because they lost sight of this one lesson, right? A lesson that their actions taught all of us. Alright everyone, it's finally time to get down to the meat of our sandwich and talk about the biggest lesson in Pokémon Scarlet and...
You quit your yapping. I'm trying to sleep here.
Ricky, you don't have ears. How could you even hear me?
Of course I have ears. How else would I be tortured by your annoying ass voice?
Hey, Jimmy, why does he even have a mic? Jimmy. You didn't want to leave him out? That's nice, but you had to know he was gonna butt in.
The only thing that involves a butt is that mic up yours.
Ricky, please just go back to sleep.
Why? So you can finish this shitty video? Who even's gonna see it?
The future residents of our community?
What community? No one even lives here.
That's why we're doing the show, to get people interested.
And how are you the mayor? Aren't they supposed to be elected? Cause I didn't elect shit.
I'm the founder of the town, and there's no one else, so I'm the mayor.
You seem more like an idiot to me. I've wasted enough of my energy. Be quiet. I'm going back to sleep.
Yeah, that's right. Go back to your potato house. You must have starch for brains.
What was that?
I said you must have a great house if you love to sleep so much.
That's what I thought.
Jimmy, why'd you do that? Jimmy. I understand, but Jimmy, take a 5-minute break. I need a break. Take 5 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. Ricky, he's annoying, but he's a cutie, you know? He can give you a little twerp, though. But as I was saying, the biggest lesson in Pokemon Scarlet Violet, here it is, and it's a lesson I learned from a very wise tortoise named Master Oogway. Get ready. Here it is. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That is why it is called the present. And that was life-changing for me. And I feel like a lot of us do this. You focus on events that happened in the past, right? Your regrets, or like, I didn't do this, I should have done that. Oh, this was a mistake, right? Or you focus too much on the future, where it's like, I gotta make sure I'm doing this by this age, or I gotta make sure I have this job, I gotta make sure I'm making this much amount of money, I gotta make sure my life is exactly like this by this time. You know, and it just, by doing that, you become what the professor became. You know? Because it's just like you're losing sight of what's right in front of you. In your present. You know? And the past is the past. You can't change the past after you've already done it. So instead, take what you've learned from the past and do better in the present, right? The future, you don't know what the future is. Why should you be worrying about the future? But guess what? The future is made up of many different present moments, right? So whatever you're doing right now in the present will become your future. Will decide your future, will choose your future. Because you always have a choice. And you have to make your choices now, in the present. Like, I wouldn't be making this show unless I chose to record these videos in the present, right? And that could lead to a future where I have a very loving community. And because that's my thing. I want to make people smile. I want to build a loving community where people can come and feel welcomed, especially if they feel like they're a black sheep of some sort, right? But back to the lesson, right? Live in the moment, you know? If you live in the moment and follow your heart, living in the moment, you will do so many things. You will experience so many things. You know, you'll meet so many people. Like, just look at Pokemon, you know? In Pokemon Scarlet Violet, you go on a journey. You meet friends, you meet Pokemon, partners, right? You meet rivals, adversaries. You explore new places. It's life. That's what life's all about, you know? And your greatest treasure lies in that journey, in the present. Because notice, right? Treasure, present, right? It's basically the same thing. Today's a gift, guys, you know? And a lot of people, you know, give gifts. Like when they give gifts, like people treasure those gifts, right? So I believe that's what Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is trying to show us. And furthermore, right? Look at the characters in the game. Nemona, your rival. What's her greatest treasure? You, her rival, right? Penny, right? What's her greatest treasure? Team Star, the team that she created, right? The friends that she didn't even interact with, but were more friends to her than people she did interact with, right? And guess what? Those friends were in her present. Arvin, his treasure was Mabosstiff, and he did anything, even faced these gigantic Pokemon, along with the player's help, to revive his friend, to make sure he does not die. And finally, look at the professors, right? In the end, the AI professor says, I believe something like this. Arvin, you were the professor's greatest treasure. Or like, Arvin, professor loved you more than anything, right? And it's the truth, because the professors may have gotten lost in their ambition and in their obsession, but they always held on to the love they had for their son, you know, even if they didn't show it by neglecting him all that time, but and then before they could tell him themselves, they died, you know. But the professors were trying to create a paradise, but the paradise already existed. The paradise was their son, you know, and that's the thing. They lost sight of that. And none of us should be losing sight of what's right in front of us, you know? Because what matters the most is what's right in front of you. So look at your life, you know, and be like, what do I treasure the most right now? What do I love? I'll tell you mine. My greatest treasure at the moment are the people in my life who I know love me for who I am. Who I know will be there for me no matter what. And, of course, I love those people in return, you know. That's my greatest treasure, you know? So I would love to hear in the comments your greatest treasure. I really would. And I hope that talking about this maybe opened your mind a little bit, you know? Because a lot of us close our minds and become stuck in our ways, you know? But there's so many different things out there. There's so many different experiences, you know? So many different perspectives, you know? And that's the beauty of being human, in my eyes. So look within yourself, discover your greatest treasure, and live in the moment, my friends. Enjoy your life journey to the fullest. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. Like I said before, comment your greatest treasure. Comment any game you have that you've learned something from. Tell me about it. And if it's something I haven't played yet, maybe I'll play it and I'll make a video about it one day, you know? But expect a lot of Pokemon, because I got a lot of lessons I learned from Pokemon. And I just thought it was so cool how my favorite lesson that I've ever learned was the main lesson of the newest games. And that was just awesome. So, save your game here, and I'll catch you all in the next level of VineoGames. See ya! Finally time to try this sandwich, this Pokémon Scarlet and Violet sandwich. Let's dig in, shall we? Oh wait, but first we gotta remove this so that you don't stab your gum, okay? And now let's dig in. Bon appetit. What is this presence I'm sensing? What am I feeling here? Oh no.